Hi, my name is Ray Almanta, and I'm a mission educator promoter with the Maryknoll Fathers and Brothers. And today I'm talking to Father Tom about his experiences of glimmers of hope in South Sudan.
My name is Thomas Tiscornia. I went to Africa originally as a student in 1970, Tanzania. I was ordained in 1973, and then most of my life I spent in Tanzania, Sudan, and South Sudan.
So, Father Tom, I wanted to ask you, where have you witnessed light in the darkness, a sliver of hope in dire conditions, and why is this so through your experiences?
And so we're talking about hope. This is the Easter experience when the women went to the tomb and they experienced that Jesus was not there. And so it was just kind of their hope was in the resurrection, in the Savior, and so their hope was realized with the resurrection of Jesus, finding the tomb empty. So, what is hope? Hope is something that we kind of live with. We have to. We get up in the morning. We hope for a good day. We hope that this COVID is going to pass by. We hope that maybe we pass our exams. We have a good marriage. We hope that the children are raised properly, and that we hope that there's peace and justice in the world. And so I've just kind of been asked to kind of reflect a little bit on slimmers or where I experienced hope. And so my experience, one of the striking experiences of hope is living in the Sudan and in South Sudan. I've lived there maybe at least 10 years altogether. In Sudan, it was during a war. And in South Sudan, it was during the process of a growing new nation, where many people, millions of people were outside of the country as refugees. Others were displaced internally in the country. But what brought me to realize that there is hope is seeing all the children all over the place. I've always said to myself, boy, if I was a parent, why would I have children? Why would bring up the children to live in such a disastrous situation where there's fear, where there's very little food, where there's education is limited? Yet then you look at the parents and they say, there's something better there. They're looking beyond on some of these awful things that they might have to experience. So why do they do that? They do it because there's a tomorrow. There's always a tomorrow. And they're looking at their children, that God has given to them. So then they say, well, let's try to do something better for them. And so then that's kind of motivates them maybe to try to bring about a better situation, maybe to do some more work in their farms, or if they could, try to work towards peace so that people would be able to go back into their homelands or whatever. So the people live so that they can go back into their homes. And then if there is no hope, the only then why should they continue to have children? But they do continue to have children, and so for me, this is a sign of hope. They hope that the future will be better, and that when they like these women, when they realized that Jesus had risen from the dead, they went out and they spread the good news. And so these parents will do their very best in order to bring about a better life for their children. So that for me is hope.
Yeah, I think what you talked about with war and instability being the external circumstance, but the hope seems to still live inside and how they work towards that new future. And do you think that's something we can also have in our circumstances, like here in COVID and sometimes in more comfortable situations that in the US?
I certainly think so, and I certainly hope so. I hope so that if things were just dark around us, well, then we're not going to get out of that darkness. We have to see the brighter side of life, and it's there. It's there if we want it to be there.
Thanks for joining us in this conversation and listening, but also reflecting on your own experience. Think of what is it that you see in your life, in your surrounding, that gives you hope, and then tell us about it in the comments below. Thanks.